injured here, 3v3, Typhon Arena, blue side. It's Helios as a Commissar Lord, good offense and support, fights melee, starts off with an energy shield, can also execute allied models to buff the squad's damage. Alongside, Ace of Swords is a big stompy Hive Tyrant, very durable commander that walks through cover and cannot be suppressed. Good offense and support, starts with a basic synapse. And rounding out blue team is Haidran as a force commander. This is Ultramarines DLC. Offensive, melee, very versatile though, can tank, disrupt and support with buffs. You see the battle cry there. Up against, we see triple Eldar on the red team. First up, Manisz is an Eldar Farseer, a support commander that fights melee combat. Lots of great buffs and some debuffs too. Alongside, whitehead1981 is an Eldar Warlock, offensive commander with great mobility and disruption, can also tank damage with the right war gear. Farseer forced off there. Let's just see out this engagement. Force commander goes down to Howling Banshees. Hive Tyrant in amongst them will probably force them off with Termagant Fire, and does. Rounding out red team is Kaldoot, Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander that fights ranged combat. Very good for capping and harassing early on. Lots of great crowd control later, getting a special attack on those guardsmen there. Force commander not revived for the Hive Tyrant, he was forced off. We have triple Dire Avengers from Manisz and a single Dire Avenger from Whitehead, so that's a lot of ranged firepower going in. Here comes the Warlock. Double Termagants for Ace of Swords. Haidran with Tactical Marines hanging back there. There's the passive leap from the Warlock, knocking down a single model. You might see a Destructor as well. There is no minimum range to Destructor as far as I know, so you can shoot stuff, a melee squad for instance, right at your feet with it. 499, 500, a 1-to-1 cap. Nobody capping bottom so far. Both the naturals taken. There is a stomp on the Howling Banshees, nicely done by Helios. Sentinel getting shots off. Tier 1 vehicle that can decap points but cannot cap them. Has heavy infantry armor, so you can take it down with small arms. Those power sources, the Banshees, doing a lot of damage to that heavy armor. Now in amongst guardsmen who both run the hell away. Both have their sergeants also. Warp Spider Exarch and Dire Avengers forcing off the Sentinel. Where's the Commissar Lord? He was back at base. Blue team cap bottom. This contested VP in the southwest here, and the Hive Tyrant will revive the Force Commander, but he's not going to level because he has no XP at all. Shuriken Cannon now on the field for both, in fact all three Eldar players, but both of the Eldar players at bottom will be bringing them to bear. Only one Howling Banshee squad, so we should see some Assault Marines from Haidran. Warrior Brood already on the field for Ace of Swords, and he has Toxin Sacks up on both these Termagants. Hive Tyrant might want to get the extended carapace as well. Howling Banshees now closing in on Tactical Marines who run the hell away. War Shout used, but they retreated anyway. Now the Force Commander in amongst with his battle cry, doing a 10% damage buff every time he does that special attack there. Only affected the Termagants though. You see the yellow circles below their feet. Hive Tyrant unable to get an attack in as those Banshees retreat. Did get one, just too fast for him to turn and attack in time. Farseer has the Doombringer. This thing is nasty. Probably going to see the Merciless Switchblade from the Warlock, or perhaps the Immolator to put on blobs or Termagants, but I think we'll see the Merciless Switchblade. You have the Champion's Robe right now, so probably Merciless Switchblade and Heart of Darkness in tier 2. Ormagaunt's chasing him down, but getting pew-pewed by Dire Avengers, Shuriken Cannon refacing for Kaldoot. Very capable Eldar player. Helios has some Catachan Devils, very versatile tier 1 infantry, can disrupt, counter melee units, fight well in melee, and support with a smoke grenade. These guys do not have their Demolition Man yet, so they can't put down explosive charges. There's the all-reliable grenade launcher disrupting that Shuriken, but here come Howling Banshees. Nope. Scared off by the Sentinel who can stomp them, of course, not to mention the shotgun blast and very capable melee of the Catachans. Banshees just about get away, I think. Yes, with a single model, they have the aspect of strength up. Bottom has turned red. Eldar really setting up shop here. They have a webway gate up. This is Whitehead's. The Warlock webway gate can actually heal allied infantry. Farseer have not seen Guide yet from her, but I'm sure she's used it. Can be quite energy intensive, the Farseer, with guide and fleet to start off. Now she has Doom as well from the Doombringer. Howling Banshees moving in, but they eat a crippling poison. Looks like the Barb Strangler actually missed them. Now it hits them, but they need to run away, these guys. Heavy Infantry Warrior Brood emit a basic synapse in this state, and that Barb Strangler is an awesome suppression weapon. A nicely managed engagement by Ace of Swords does force off the Banshees. Still have 4 models though. Shuriken Cannon, there is the Hive Tyrant's charge. He might have overextended and does. Charges right into the other Shuriken and goes down. Here comes that Force Commander. He might want to get his Storm Shield up, but he's running away now. Warriors losing a model there, but get 2 very good Barb Strangler shots off, but eat a grenade and somehow didn't lose another model. 50 hit points and 2 models there. Tactical Marines doing their stuff. Decent DPS with their bolters and such durability with 1050 hit points on a 450 wreck squad. Assault Marines are up. Jump troops that disrupt units when they land. Bolt pistols and chainswords, 400 hit points per model going after the webway gate. Farseer forced off the cap by a scout grenade. Nicely done by Haidran. What's going on top? Looks like red team's natural has been decapped by something, not sure what Helios used to do that, but now he's hitting powered Haidran's double guardsman and a sentinel. Here comes Kaldoot in from behind though, flanking. Commissar Lord has the power sword and might go down in retreat, and does go down in retreat. 405, 450, double cap for blue. We have a brood nest up from Ace of Swords. Could have put that back a bit further because it does have pretty decent range. Going to be easily taken down there, I think. Devastators are set up right in front of it. Heavy bolter squad that will suppress infantry. Can change that weapon in tier 2 to a las cannon. Double termagants hitting power. Blue team doing reasonably well right now. Howling Banshee's forcing off the sentinel, but it should be fine. Must have used its stomp already. 405, 408. It's very close. Double cap though for blue. Now red team's turn to hit power. Doesn't look like blue team did a whole lot to this power. Didn't take the node down. Not sure if it took a generator, but they are hitting the crap out of this power. Red team doing nothing about it so far. Coming straight back into the VP. Now they have devastators to deal with. Are we going to see some rangers, or maybe a rush to tier? They are tier 2 to get some wraith guard. We might see some wraith guard up. Looks like Whitehead the last to go tier 2. Howling Banshees catching tactical marines in retreat here. This is a dead squad. Doom was on them. That was nasty. Doom and retreat and Banshees is very, very difficult to get away from. 405, 367. If the tactical marines had their flamer there, they would have hit that power way earlier and wouldn't have been there to get caught. Dire Avengers miss with their grenade. There's another grenade on the Devastators. Boom, did a lot of damage to the brood nest as well. Barb Strangler getting shots off. Howling Banshees have been a constant menace, even with double crippling poison around and the Barb Strangler. Really nicely used by Whitehead so far. He has the aspect of fleetness, so they can jump over cover. Even more mobility for them. Barb Strangler getting shots in on the Dire Avengers now. 405, 347. Are we going to see a charge? There it is. Actually does knock down allied models, as you saw there. The charge. Hive Tyrant does not care what he knocks down. Force Commander's level 3 has no war gear. Hive Tyrant's level 2 with just that extended carapace. Helios power sword. Kaldoot no war gear. Whitehead has the Champion's robe and Merciless Switchblade. And Doom up on that Farseer. She's level 3. Down goes the brood nest. Warlock in retreat. Falcon is up for Manisz. Blue team want to counter this thing quickly. And we have a Manticore for Helios. There it is. Doesn't look like it's going to hit anything. No. Zone Thrope is up for Ace of Swords. Artillery unit for Tyranids also emits a health regeneration synapse. Does not need to set up, and its projectile hits instantly, as you can see on that Falcon. And there is the Focus Warp Blast to snare that Falcon. Autarch drop though on those warriors, almost wiped the squad. Again, very lucky to get away with 2 models. Now the Zone Throat backing off with its shield up. It is very slow and vulnerable, just 300 hit points 405 341 on a single entity, 300 hit points. This is very, very low. Howling Banshees with their Exarch. She gets her Executioner Spear up here for Kaldoot because of aspect of strength. Hitting gens. Helios taking his natural, at least trying to. Up goes the energy shield of the Commissar Lord. Bottom, all kicking off. Look at this engagement. Zone throw getting shots, but all the Dire Avengers get into the Falcon. And there's another Manticore strike. Helios supporting bottom with those. Plasma Cannon is going to wipe. Caught by Banshees again. That is nasty, and they don't even have their Exarch, and the Plasma Cannon cannot get away. 383, 341. Falcon getting repairs, full power up for both teams. It looks like, yes, red team taking this top one again. Might want to send some Dire Avengers to repair this node. It is worth repairing your generators if you have the time. We have some ranged synapse now on the field for Ace of Swords from the Venom Brood, a very capable anti-vehicle unit. Ranged synapse will buff the damage and the health of these termagants. Double Dire Avengers from Kaldoot hitting generators as the Manticore strikes is going to be right on these guys. Nope, it's there. Trying to get the Shuriken but missed. Should have done it on those Double Dire Avengers, I think. No way they would have been able to dodge in time, I don't think. Hive Tyrant now has his Crushing Claw up and his Warp Field. 364, 341. 2-to-1 cap for red. Might see another nasty grenade. There it is, but those Dire Avengers wiped, so there is the grenade. Howling Banshee's just about getting away. Wow, 9 hit points. Exarch goes up as they do retreat, and the Force Commander now decapping. Really would have benefited this bottom fight if he had the Storm Shield, I think, against double Shurikens. So Assault Squad are still around, lost his Tactical Marines of course, and that Plasma Cannon still has his Devastators with a heavy bolt. No, they have a Las Cannon going after that Falcon. They might be able to finish it off as well. One more shot, there we go, nicely done. Here comes double Wraith Guard though for red team. One from Whitehead, one from Manisz. Manisz will be able to support these guys with guide from the Farseer as well. She's level 4 now. Manticore is quite easily dodged by those Wraith Guard. They are reasonably quick now with their Warlock leader, or any kind of Wraith sight. Farseer and the Warlocks themselves will give them Wraith sight as well. 348, 341, but you don't always know if you're going to be in range, so it is worth getting their leaders as well. Going to hit these gens. Short range artillery unit with huge damage to all targets. They also suppress infantry. 348, 341. Commissar Lord finishes the cap and should get away fine. Helios doing a good job top. It's a tough call against the Walks of Exarch with such awesome mobility to hold top. We have Vanguard veterans from Haidran. Why did he get these guys? The regular Assault Marines are doing the job just fine against Mass Star Avengers and Wraith Guard, I think. But there we see them. First Company Assault Marines with 4 power weapons, Lightning Claw, 2 power swords and a Thunderhammer in amongst Howling Banshees here. Force Commander with his own Thunderhammer, which gets an awesome unique model with Ultramarines DLC as you see there. Very good disruption weapon. Warlock doing awesomely well though, forcing off the Vanguard veterans who've lost a model. Where Breakgate has been spotted and goes down. Warriors and indeed Venom Brood are detectors. 334, 337, and now this gen farm getting hit. Venom Brood pretty good at taking down generators, but the blue gen farm is completely stripped. Node is repurchased. Force Commander getting his energy drained by the Warlock and might go down in retreat. He's an Autop with her Executioner Spear from Whitehead. Trying to finish him off with that leap. Can she get one more attack? Looks like no. Shotgun scouts are there just in case she tries to run in. And that gen farm is wiped by the Tyranids range blob. Zoanthrope is still up. Ace of Swords go tier 3. In fact, everyone is tier 3 apart from Whitehead. Catachin is still around, still level 1 though. 321, 337. Have not seen any improvised explosives around. Maybe he just purchased the Sarge. No, he does have the Demolition Man. Shuriken is here. 321, 330. Red team retaking bottom though with some Wraith Guard. Big Dire Avenger blob is still there to deal with. Barb Strangler goes in, suppresses all three squads, but there's a grenade. And here come Howling Banshees as well, that dual wielding Exarch with a crazy power melee DPS. Double Prickling Poison though, they're taking a lot of damage. Nicely done, really dealt with those Banshees with those Termagants there, almost wiped them out in fact. Vanguard veterans jumping in now, going after the Wraith Guard, and they will do a lot of damage with all those power weapons. Wraith Guard are heavy infantry, cannot be suppressed. Wraith Guard 310, 330. Hive Tyrant levels to what? 3. Force Commander's also level 3. Starting to level up quite quickly now with that Thunderhammer and the Teleporter back and Artificer. 302, 330. Shuriken doing a lot of damage at close range. But up goes the Warp Field. Hive Tyrant easily able to close the distance. In fact, the Force Commander also does. Farseer is chasing him. Gets a special attack, she's level 4. There's Battle Cry up. Special attacks, 360 knockback on the Thunderhammer. Hive Tyrant quite low on health. What's going on top? Warps the Exarch, being annoying as usual. What does he have? Nothing. Gonna teleport in and decap Blue's natural though, I think. And red are taking bottom again. That was a warp throw from the Warlock. 297, 330. No Heart of Darkness then. Blue team have 2 gens up here, red team have no gens up here, and blue team are hitting power again with the Commissar Lord smacking on stuff with his power sword. Also has the Emperor's Wrath and Bionic Eye. Here's an avatar though from Kaldoot. The Doom of Malan'tai is on the way for Ace of Swords, fitting against triple Eldar. 283, 330. A double cap for red. Warlock has been used quite well by Whitehead, hasn't leveled yet. Zone Throat getting shots in. This guy also hasn't leveled yet. Here is the Doom of Malan'tai. Awesome area of effect abilities. Seems to work better when you stack all of its abilities together. Absorb Life, Psychic Storm and the Cataclysm all used on a single blob can be devastating. We'll see how it does with it. Wraith Guard getting those very powerful Race Cannon shots in. Howling Banshees in amongst warriors. These Howling Banshees have got away very luckily at least twice that I've seen with a single model. 258, 320. There is the Psychic Storm from the Doom of Malan'tai, and Absorb Life is up, and I think that was a Cataclysm as well, and a Tyrant formation. Tyranids going crazy there. Wow, there's an Eldritch Storm though. Down goes the Zone Throat. Doom of Malan'tai is fine, and good grief, is already level 2.5 from that big blob of Eldar that it melted. 258, 309. Howling Banshees now backing off, not wanting to face a Crushing Claw Hive Tyrant with low health. And here are some Assault Terminators for Haidran. Surely give these guys Lightning Claws against the Avatar and against those Banshees to clean them up. Helios looks like he's under a lot of pressure. Has a decent army though. Manticore, Catatrons and triple Guardsmen. Why did he get more Guardsmen? Get some Kasric in. Avatar kills him on retreat. Soup unit for Eldar. Gives a suppression immunity buff to surrounding allies. So great synergy with Howling Banshees alongside it, or Seer Council, or both. 258, 284. Bottom is blue somehow. The Doom of Malan'tai did awesome. Here it comes again. Has Venom Brood back up with double Termagants. Ace of Swords. Might want to get a Carnifex out. Or a Swarm Lord. Seer Council on the way for Whitehead. All commanders can purchase these guys from the HQ in Elite Mod 700, 100. Farseer can still get hers from a global bar without spending power if she pleases. 258, 287. 1-to-1 cap. Here comes the Avatar going through mid, and this is a double because Manisz is here as well. Big Wailing Doom. Assault Terminators will get up though, they are some tough guys. There is the Psychic Storm again from the Doom. and absorb life and a spirit leech, I think, on the Farseer. Yes, her energy drained big time. Level 5, can she get away? 8 hit points. Force Commander needs to turn around and smack her, and the avatar goes down. Nicely done. Doom of Malan'tai now level 3. 256, 283. Wow, that Psychic Storm is kicking ass. It's 3% health drained per second. I can't remember how long it lasts. I think it's about 8 seconds or something. 249, 283. Might be 6. Here's that Warlock for Whitehead still leaping around annoying stuff. Seer Council are on the field. Really nice power melee squad that leap into combat. 500 hit points per model, so reasonably tough even though it is infantry armor. That D cannon set up in a very spiteful position with huge range right into Blue's territory here. Look at this. Here's a Predator tank. What is this? Is that a Singularity? Yes, it's a Singularity. Gonna drag in one of those Terminators, I think. Yep. Carnifex now. It's a Thornback, charges but hits the victory point and stops. Bright Lance getting big hits. Needs to back away, I think. Here comes the Force Commander to help out. And there is the Psychic Storm again, combined with that Cataclysm. Ace of Swords really using the Doom awesomely. Almost level 4 now, this guy. Down goes the Warlock. Was that? No, it was just a Seer Council member. Wraith Guard now moving in. Can he get some volleys onto the Doom, who's draining energy off of the Warlock to get some back? The Doom does not regenerate energy naturally, so you always need to use Absorb Life and Spirit Leech to get your own energy back. Assault Terminators going after him. Assault Terminators with Ultramarines DLC look absolutely awesome. 241, 246. Carnifex trying to get out there, taking Bright Lance shots. That grenade will miss. Let's have a look at the top. Helios is both the naturals. A whole bunch of guardsmen died though. That's what they're there for. Here's a Fire Prism. This could be tricky to deal with. Leman Russ on the way to try and do that. Needs the Vanquisher upgrade to put this Fire Prism under some real pressure. Force Commander will go down in retreat again. Grenade wasn't needed. 241, 222. Blue team might get a triple cap here. That Doom almost level 4. Red team under pressure. Carnifex needs to walk back to base. There he goes. Red team are taking a natural back, so it's going to be a 2-1. Assault Terminators keeping their Thunderhammers and Storm Shields for now, which is what gives them so much health. They do lose some health with the Lightning Claws going down to 4,500, which is still a hell of a lot, of course. Red team taking a natural is 241, 185. Double cap for blue. Now the 2-1. You've got to deal with this Doom. It's been so devastating so far. Get some Wraithguard volleys on it. We do have Dark Reapers on the field now for Manisz. Long range plasma damage that can also suppress with pinning shot. Blue team pushing. Is this overextension from Ace of Swords? I think it is. Here comes Seer Council. There is Absorb Life, boosting the energy regeneration of the Doom of Malan'tai, as well as draining health and returning it to the Doom. There is Psychic Storm, and it's level to 4 now. Hive Tyrant getting way too overextended there. Doom of Malan'tai might go down. Chased by Seer Council. Looks like it will get away. Here come Assault Terminators to help out alongside that Force Commander. Librarian in there as well. Be able to support these Terminators with Veil of Time if he gets the Tome of Time. 241, 152. Helios just trying to hold on to his natural now. It does have the Leman Russ with the Vanquisher. And there's a nasty Manticore. Boom! Almost wipes out the Banshees. They get away with 2 models. Yes. That was awesome. Warpster Exarch now has the Entangling Web, is level 5. Blue team holding bottom though. 241, 138. Carnifex has been healed up for Ace of Swords. Thornback gives it even more health, and remember this thing can level. Get it to level 4 and it will have way over 2,000 hit points of vehicle armor. That is in super unit territory. 241, 128. D cannon set up very nasty. This raised platform actually won't block fire, which is why turrets and stuff can shoot through it. 241, 119. Red team swarming over blue's natural. This is kaldoot with a fire prism, taking shots though from that vanquisher. There's a flare. Wow, and down goes that fire prism. There's an Eldritch Storm though. Very, very good versus vehicles. Has disabled this Leman Russ now. Was not on center, and Bright Lance is getting shots in up these stairs. There is the double repair from the Guardians, but can he hold on here with the Bright Lance? There's a Manticore to help out. Flare is such a powerful global for the Commissar Lord, and the Bright Lance is disrupted nicely. Got this Leman Russ in trouble. Just a grenade spike, I think. There's a smoke grenade from the Catachans, but this Leman Russ is gonna go down. 223 119 is another Tyranid formation. The Carnifex is alive. The Doom of Malan'tai went down though. Is that the carcass of it? I think so. 217 119. Didn't see what did that. Might have been these Dark Reapers. Dark Reapers with guide are ridiculous. Look at the range they have. Farseer level 6 now. She's done very well. She just put guide on the Autarch, I think, does she? Sure. 195 119. The Autarch will inspire nearby allies to do more damage on each kill, much like the Librarian does. Another Carnifex. Oh, maybe that was the Carnifex carcass, because we have another Carnifex here with Barb Strangler. I thought it was the same one. 165 119. Triple cap for red. They've really pulled this around. Ace of Swords lost a lot of stuff. Here are some more Terminators for Haidran. Struggled early on, I think, but he has recovered very well with double Terminators, a beefy level 8 Force Commander, and a Predator tank. But the Predator tank's going to go down. What is shooting it? It was that Bright Lance. Almost finished it off. How many hit points does it have? 15. Helios trying to cap his natural. There's the husk of the Leman Russ. Leman Russ even. Commissar Lord only level 3. What is this? Another Eldritch Storm. That's the third one I've seen. He does move off. Catachans lost a big chunk of hit points, but the Guardsman got away reasonably well. There's a grenade. Commissar Lord backing off now. Tries to tie up those Dire Avengers. There we go. Blue team have bottom. Looking reasonably strong still, and another Doom of Malan'tai on the way for Ace of Swords. The first one did so well. Really, really powerful versus ranged blobs, it looks like, the Doom of Malan'tai, especially lots of little light infantry, because Cataclysm really hurts them. 116, 104, 2 on cap. Here come Wraithguard. Hive Tyrant, go and tie them up, go on. Oh, the Force Commander's doing it. Librarian is there, has the Psychic Hood, and now Tome of Time to be able to support all these Terminators very, very well. Force Commander ain't going to get away, down he goes. What level's the Hive Tyrant? It's level 5. What is this now? Singularity? Yes. Run away. Ouch. You cannot retreat out of Singularity. Las Cannon survives though. Barb Strangle the Carnifex with a very powerful area of effect weapon. Look at the damage it's doing to those Seer Council. Autarch taking a huge risk, leaping in. 1 hit point she had, but she does get away. Providence up on the Warlock. Someone called him a Space Elf. Here he goes. Has 15 seconds of invulnerability, and all of his abilities recharge faster, so it's usually used with Warp Throw and the Witchblade of Kurnus, but he doesn't have the Witchblade, he has the Merciless Witchblade. 188, he gets away though. No he doesn't, Terminators finish him off with the Heavy Flamer. Crazy, crazy engagement at bottom. Here's the Doom, needs to be careful because Howling Banshees are moving in. There is Psychic Storm again. And it runs away. Already got a bunch of XP. That was a Singularity, and down goes those Venom Brood, I think they were. Now blue team under serious pressure. That was a bad engagement bottom. We still have double Terminators for Haidran, but it lost a load of health. In fact, it lost a model each. 65-88. Commissar Lord capping his natural, or trying to. Puts up his shield so he's not knocked back by the grenade, and finishes the cap. 61-88 is so close. Catachans need to disrupt this D cannon, or just drop a Manticore on it. Another Fire Prism for kaldoot. Helios has 2 Manticores and Gene Stealers on the way for Ace of Swords. Here comes the Doom again. Hive Tyrant switching to Rendon Talons, and that is not something you see very often. Getting the Crushing Claw and then purchasing Rendon Talons is usually the other way around. 4288. You can charge in and then use Seismic Roar immediately now at level 6. And Banshees are decapping. Blue team need to win this engagement bottom to stand a chance. 3688. Big Manticore strikes there, wiping the Bright Lance, forcing all of this Eldar stuff forward. Spore Mines are in here. There's the Doom, using Absorb Life and Psychic Storm again. But the Wraith Guard used the Wraith Bone, and there's a third Tyrant formation. Hive Tyrant needs to decap. 1488 needs to decap. Helios says that's the game. Yeah, no way he'll be able to take top again, even if they do decap bottom. And there's the triple, and there's the victory. What an awesome game. Eldar taking heavy losses bottom, but they kept it up. This Wraith Guard squad did very well. Level 3. The first Doom was awesome. Not sure what took it down. Second one was already level 2. Look at this thing. Gene Stealer's a bit too late. Didn't have melee synapse anyway. Double Manticores did okay. Haidran recovered well with double Terminators, but these Banshees of Whitehead, I'm not sure how the heck they survived. They got away luckily so many times, got to level 4 obviously, being alive so long, and Avatar was on the way for Whitehead too. Thank you for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.